Google just released their new image generator, NanoBanana Pro, an improved version of NanoBanana. Because of the name, people still think it's kind of a joke and it's just some AI image generator toy, but they are wrong. I've been using the model for 48 hours and been running a ton of prompts through NanoBanana Pro. This isn't just an image generator. This model is starting to become a full-blown creative agency that lives in your browser. Today, I'm going to show you how to use it like a director. I'm going to run 3 specific workflows in NanoBanana Pro: branding, e-commerce, and data. And what I'm about to show you has usually taken a team of people to accomplish in the past. And I'm going to do it all with this banana. My name is Daniel Strongen, and I've been using AI since the beginning. In November 2022, when OpenAI released ChatGPT, I've been using AI to build IT agency, subscription sites, membership sites, affiliate marketing, and YouTube channels. So let's get into the new NanoBanana Pro. So let's start with our first use case here, and that is the one-person agency, and we're going to be creating a branding material. So usually if you want a brand kit for a client, you'll need to hire a graphic designer. This would be very expensive, making a logo, the color palette, the fonts, all of that, time-consuming and expensive. So let's just say we're starting a company called Golden Bean here. So we can just create this simple prompt and put that into NanoBanana, and it can create our marketing assets here. So we have the prompt: create a complete mini brand guide for a fictional luxury organic coffee company named Golden Bean, including the logo, color palette, typography, and a photorealistic sample of packaging for a bag of coffee beans. Generate the image in a 4K resolution. We can have 4K resolution in our images. So you could have done this in the past with NanoBanana, other image generators, but you'll see just how good this is. We just remove the fictional in the prompt. Okay, have NanoBanana selected. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so here is the result. We have the vintage gold as the accent color, and this green, brown, and beige, great for a coffee company. And then we have our primary fonts, still decorative, a serif font that works perfectly, and the secondary font, Montserrat sans serif. It gives examples of all the letters as well. And then of course the logo with the golden bean in the middle. This is really good. And then the actual product image, the realistic product image. And this does look really real. You can tell from the background, it does still look a little bit AI-y, but the front, the actual product that we have in front, looks very real. Look, it even has the USDA organic logo on front. If we zoom in a little bit even more, organic, Ethiopian. Okay, and then we have the actual region in southern Ethiopia. I don't know how to pronounce that. 𝘃𝗂𝗃𝗃, which is spelled correctly. So that's the problem with a lot of image generation models, is they just don't have the correct spellings on a lot of the images. And NanoBanana Pro does a really good job at that. So just with this one prompt, it gives us a great brand identity for the Golden Coffee Bean Company. And what's great about this image generation model is we can give it feedback and ask for changes. We can do this with any other image generation model, but it adheres to the directions a lot stricter than a lot of other image generation models. So we'll go back to the prompt. We'll add in a new prompt here. Change the color palette to deep navy blue and bronze accents. Redesign the packaging to show the bag standing on a minimalist wooden cafe counter under soft volumetric morning light, using a shallow depth of field, f of 1.8, f-stop of 1.8, and a low angle shot to enhance the product's luxurious feel. So we're giving it specific instructions to improve and update what we already have. So let's see what it comes up with now. So that looks great. The product image is really good. We're getting that low angle shot with the light coming through, shining on the coffee bag. Deep navy blue looks good. So change the typography here as well. And we can also give instructions to keep specific design elements also. So if we liked the Montserrat and we like the Cinzel fonts, we can just tell that in the prompt to keep it. So you can see we're directing the AI to give us exactly what we want. So we can really generate marketing materials really quickly with this, and we can get revisions and updates and start completely fresh and get responses and the images that we can see in minutes. So this is cutting down on a lot of time and a lot of money. And you just saved yourself $2,000 on a photo shoot. So this brings us to demo number 2 of how you can use NanoBanana Pro, and that is the Photoshop killer, using images and blending them together for your e-commerce store. Okay, so this is what makes NanoBanana dangerous for Photoshop. So in this example, we're going to create a new shoe design. So in the past, if you wanted to add a pattern to a shoe, you had to manually wrap the texture, adjust the lighting, and mask out the background. And all this is just a nightmare. So what I'm going to do here is upload 3 different images, a logo, a camouflage background, and then a blank shoe. Okay, and then here's our prompt. Blend the following 3 uploaded images into a single professional product mockup. Image 1 is of the shoes, image 2, camouflage, image 3 of the logo. Seamlessly drape the camouflage pattern across the entire surface of the shoes and place the logo clearly on the tongue, preserving the natural lighting and texture of the shoes. So let's see what we come up with here. All right, so here is what it came up with. So let's zoom on in, and we can see that it also included the drop shadow that I removed from the background of the shoes and gave it that full drop shadow to give it a natural look. So it really understands depth. It takes instructions well and can use images that you give it precisely. Let's have a look at the camouflage again here. That is the exact camouflage that's on the shoes right here. But let's push this even farther. So we have our shoes, now let's put it in a different scene. So we'll say, show the completed athletic shoes in use on a trail runner traversing a muddy, rain-slicked mountain path, incorporating dramatic cinematic lighting and a 16:9 aspect ratio suitable for a YouTube thumbnail. Let's say these are more just normal sneakers rather than just running shoes, but still include this as athletic shoes, more like your everyday athletic shoe. And here is what we get. So there is the exact shoe. You can see the logo on the top here on the tongue, on the sides. We have our muddy trail. It's raining, cinematic lighting. The aspect ratio of the image is 16:9. So it's followed our instructions exactly, and it's understood the physics, the angles, the placements of everything. So this is why NanoBanana Pro is more like a cheat code, because it understands all of these things and can do them for you with simple prompts, all in minutes. So if you're seeing the potential here with NanoBanana Pro, I've gone ahead and put these prompts in a Google Doc that you can check out. The link is in the description. So let's go over demo number 3. I call this the Smart Artist. We're going to go ahead and create an infographic. So we know NanoBanana Pro can make really nice images, but is it smart? Most AI images are dumb. They don't have any facts in them. But NanoBanana Pro is grounded in Google search. Let's go ahead and add our prompt here. Generate an educational infographic on the basic financial principles for young adults. Budgeting, saving, investing. Enable Google search grounding to ensure factual accuracy and legible text rendering. The style should be clean, flat, and visually engaging. Okay, so we have our result here. And first, just let's look at the citations that it's given. These are the 3 citations that it's given from the Federal Reserve Education.org, AtlantaFed.org, and Investopedia, reputable sources, all used to create this infographic. So let's have a look at it. So this is incredible. Everything is spelled correctly in here. There's a ton of information. All other image models always screw up the text. This is really impressive. So it went out, researched these core concepts on Google, and then put them in this infographic that's visually appealing and jam-packed with information. But here's the final flex. Let's say that you have a client in Tokyo. We can add this prompt. Translate all text in the infographic to Japanese while maintaining the original visual layout and design style. Change the overall color scheme to bright, high-tech neon blue and cyan, as if the graphic is displayed on a holographic screen. So really changing the design here. And of course, the translation of the text. So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so here is the design. So we have the blue, the cyan, it's neon, it's kept the same layout, kept the same icons and graphics here, and it just swapped out the language. So if you tried to do this in, let's say, Adobe Illustrator, this would take you an entire afternoon to do, and this just took 15 seconds. So you can see the possibilities with all these infographics, whether you have a blog, you're just posting on social media, you can instantly create these really quickly with grounding from Google search. And you can even take this a step farther. So let's say you want to provide your own information about a specific topic that to feed into the infographic. You can go to NotebookLM, you can go ahead and create a new notebook and look for sources, such as educational sources for investing. And you can go ahead and import those and then have NotebookLM generate a report and then feed that report into NanoBanana and have that information displayed on the infographic. So right here, I'm importing all these sources. I use the fast research and it's searching Google. And I've imported these, and then we can just generate a report on the right here once all the sources are imported. Okay, so then we can go on the right-hand side here and click reports, and then create a briefing doc that synthesizes the main themes and ideas from the sources. Start with the concise executive summary, okay, exactly what we want. And then go back to NanoBanana. Then we have our prompt. Now use the following reports to create a new infographic in English that highlights the main points in the report. And just go ahead and add it in the report and click submit. And we can have a quick look at the report just to see what it's talking about. Foundational financial literacy, 50-30-20 rule, 3 pillars of saving, retirement savings account, the principle of compound interest, investment vehicles and concepts, mutual funds, ETFs, structured financial planning and methodologies. Okay. See what we got here. There we go. Foundational financial literacy, power of compound interest, retirement accounts, investment vehicles, comparison with other methodologies. So this is including everything that we just looked at. And then it has this financial order of operations, this flow chart, and it's taking on that neon style as well as the original graphic that we had as well. This is really impressive. So you can see you can take entire reports and generate an infographic from it. Everything looks like it's spelled correctly. Very information dense account, traditional 401s IRA, Roth 401k IRA, HSA, compound interest, showing examples, calculating net worth, understanding credit, the 3 pillars, zero-based budgeting, that was in there, the 50-30-20 rule. Yeah, so try creating that infographic in Illustrator or anywhere else. This was just done in minutes, the research and the infographic. So here's the bottom line. Of course, NanoBanana is a silly name, but in reality, this tool bridges the gap between having the idea and actually seeing that idea come to life. As you saw from these examples, you don't need a degree in photography. You don't need to hire anyone. You just need to be a good director and provide the appropriate materials into NanoBanana so you get exactly what you want. Again, the prompts that I just used are in the link in the description in the Google Doc. So you can go ahead and play around with those, see what you can get, see the variations that you can get, prompt, reprompt. So what are you waiting for? Start using it in NanoBanana Pro right now and start creating something.